Just turning briefly to Gaza, fragile ceasefire kind of holding at the moment. What do you make of President Trump's suggestion that the US should assume control of the Strip, form a Riviera of the Mediterranean or similar? But tell us about the soundings you've had as part of the elders in discussion with Arab nations on this issue.
At the Munich Security Conference, our elders delegation had fascinating meetings with very senior representatives of the Arab states. They're not going to buy it, right? They are not going to buy it. For Egypt and for Jordan, this is a red line. Half of Jordan's population now is families of Palestinian refugee descent. They are terrified for their stability of another exodus from the West Bank. Egypt has drawn a red line at the emptying out of Gaza over its border. Now, we had a meeting with the Egyptian foreign minister, and I'm not divulging any secrets here because the Egyptians are quite upfront about what the plan is that they're proposing. They foresee a three-stage plan. There would be a commitment to rebuild Gaza, and the can would be put around essentially the Gulf states, I would think, and the extent to which the Europeans would pay. No one's expecting much from the US. But Gaza would be rebuilt, and the people wouldn't be required to leave while that was happening, obviously. They are then talking about what the government could look like. And we heard from other actors, and not everyone agrees with this, but some actors very close to the negotiations between Hamas and Israel say that Hamas will not insist on a role in Gaza's governance. So one of the possibilities is a more technocratic government, and Palestine has good technocrats, very well-respected technocrats. That's a possibility until a reformed Palestinian Authority could come in. And then there's the issue of security. Now, again, is this another multinational force? What is it? So the devil's always in the details, but the Egyptians have a plan. Now, as for the Riviera proposal, I don't always agree with Boris Johnson, but I saw a marvelous clip from him when he was asked the question about the Riviera plan of President Trump. And Boris said, he said, I was in Florida recently and I walked down, Palm Beach, beautiful beach, plenty of room to resettle, maybe 1 million people, but it's not going to happen, is it? And nor is it going to happen on the Mediterranean coast of Gaza. So, right. But sometimes I think these outlandish things are said to try and force movement. And in a way, again, you have to look through them. But bottom line, I would think that Egypt and Jordan are putting long-standing peace settlements with Israel on the line if an eviction is threatened.